Puja, an ancient and personal ritual rooted deeply in Hinduism.
A puja basically is a vehicle through which we pray to God. It's a form of worship. The faith is that bridge that forms that connection between you and God.
The puja in the temple, of course, the priest does it. The pujas are done in a very ritualistic manner, and when you're sitting and watching it, your breath is taken away by the beauty of it all. And that's what a religious experience is.
Religion is just there all the time in India. If you see a shrine, on the street, you can't just go by it as if it didn't exist. It's there.
शाष्टांगं प्रणतभिः स्तुतिर्बहुविधा हेतस्समस्तं मया संकल्पेन समर्पितं तव विभो पूजां गृहाण. My father, my mother, everybody did the puja at home when I was young, so I've gotten into the habit of doing it. Samadhisthitihi sancharapadyoho pradakshinavihi stotrani sarva. After I offer the flowers and the fruit, we do what is called the arati. We do the arati to the feet of the god, and then we touch the fire and put it to our forehead.
One of the world's oldest religions, Hinduism incorporates spiritual beliefs and practices dating back more than 3,000 years on the Indian subcontinent. Today, it's both an ancient tradition and a living faith, featuring rituals and ceremonies that honor a host of powerful deities. For Hindus, these deities represent aspects of a single, infinite, divine spirit, known to most as Brahman. Through puja, worshippers express their religious devotion by honoring aspects of the divine spirit most relevant to their lives.
I guess I prefer Lord Ganesha because he's who you worship before you start anything, which means that it's just like you're praying to him saying, okay, I'm going to start this task. Please make sure that I'm able to finish it properly.
I like all the gods and goddesses because, they're basically all one. But I'm more partial towards Krishna. I can really relate to him. He's mischievous and he's kind of, naughty, but at the same time he's very kind and compassionate.
Within the Hindu pantheon, 3 deities are most commonly worshipped. Vishnu, the preserver and protector of world order, appears in many incarnations, such as Krishna, and is also signified by stylized versions of his footprint. Shiva, the creator and destroyer, is often portrayed as a male figure with his consort Parvati, or is represented by the abstract linga and yoni. The goddess Devi exists in many female manifestations, including Lakshmi, Durga, and Saraswati.
Each individual deity represents a certain characteristic. It may be knowledge in the case of goddess Saraswati, wealth in the case of goddess Lakshmi. So you go to each individual idol and you focus on that one characteristic and you pray for that one characteristic, which is why we have different deities, because you can just concentrate on that one aspect of God.
Even though for an outsider it looks as if we're worshipping a whole lot of idols there, but actually it is not. It's the different aspects that we are worshipping.
During puja, the worshipper seeks darshan, a direct visual connection with the deity achieved through sacred objects in the form of natural elements, framed images, or sculptures. Regardless of its form, the object becomes a receptacle for divine energy and a focal point for the worshipper to see and be seen by the deity.
In the pujas, daily pujas that goes on, you offer yourself and bring down that, what they call aham, that is in Sanskrit, aham means that ego is put under control to the point of total surrender to the feet of the Lord.
Whether at a temple, an outdoor shrine, or in the home, puja begins with preparation. At this temple to Shiva, the priest bathes the linga in sacred substances, among them milk, honey, and sandalwood paste, both as an offering and a display of adoration. Part of the bathing involves rinsing away each sacred substance with water to avoid mixing them. Once cleansed, the linga is adorned with special powders and flowers before being ritually dressed.
When you go to a temple, and sometimes when they are bathing and dressing up the god, they have the curtains drawn in front. And when they open the curtains, it's totally, completely dressed, and sometimes your breath is taken away.
Puja is a ritual engaging all the senses and imparting deep religious meaning. Bell ringing awakens the spirit, clears the mind, and helps focus the worshipper on the present moment. Incense symbolizes the scent and spirit of life, which permeates one's being and lingers after death. Fire suggests the presence of the divine contained within oneself. Water represents the elixir of life that sustains, refreshes, and purifies the body. During the ritual, worshippers offer flowers or food to the deity. These offerings are essential to the ceremony, reinforcing the concept of reciprocity, that in giving, one receives. Likewise, Hindus believe that when they receive, they should respond in kind. But these offerings need not be lavish.
Do we need to have an elaborate offering? The answer is no. Do we have to have all kinds of grandeur in the presentation of puja? The answer is no. The poorest of the poor have the same access with whatever they can afford to offer, and it will be accepted.
They're almost like a present. It's like you give them to God, you say your prayers, and then God will, touch them spiritually somehow, and then you take it back, and then when you eat it, it's like you're taking God inside of you.
Whether a simple act or an elaborate ritual, puja is at the heart of a Hindu's faith. And while it may vary in its context and practice, for millions of Hindus around the world, there exists in puja a common purpose. In honoring the deity, it unites the body with the spirit, the temporal with the sacred, the individual with the infinite.
When the pujas are performed, it gives you peace of mind and an understanding of the complex nature of yourself and your fellow family members. To deal with difficult situations daily.
In every action that I take, or at least every major action that I take, I'm reminded of the fact that there is a purpose to it. And that puja is a way of reinforcing it first thing in the morning and last thing at night.